Oops. Hello.
Loser.
Haven't streamed in a while. Hello, Cobra. Hello. Yo, what's up? What's up, Multi? Hello, everybody. Thank you for following. Welcome. How's y'all doing? I haven't streamed in a while. Yeah, bro, I was on a movie. I'm still shooting a movie still. But I'm back for the next 2 weeks. Y'all have me for the next 2 weeks. 7 minutes. 7 minutes is all I can spare for you guys. Nah, but yeah, I've been just busy with the movie, but we wrapped the New York portion. We wrapped the New York portion, guys. Everybody celebrate. Celebrate. Movie I've been living on the rocks. I was just resting though. Yeah, I got cast as the lead in a big budget movie. So I've been, for the past, since like February, I've been busy shooting that and trying to maintain the channel, which has been a little bit tough. I'm pretty good today, J2. Thank you for asking. But yeah, we've wrapped the New York portion of the shooting, and then next month I'll be flying out the country for the next, I think, July 1st to July 11th. And that's the end of the movie after I'm done. I just was watching a video and you found your Twitch. You live now. Hey, what's up, Grassy? But yeah, after July 11th, we're fully wrapped. I do have potentially two movies lined up though after that, but those aren't until like August, September and stuff, which is great, which is crazy. But between all of that, we're still grinding, boy. Growing the channel and all of that stuff. Hope you guys have been doing pretty well. What's the movie? I can't talk about it. I have a NDA, unfortunately. I'm under NDA, but believe me when I say it's crazy. It's a wild time. It's a wild time. Let me put this in here. There we go. Let me pin that message. Okay. Think you do a video talk about the experience? Yeah, probably on like my VOD channel, MMDRE Live. Yo, my favorite game of all time. It's a cross between Bully by Rockstar Games or Resident Evil 4. What is y'all favorite game of all time? And it is pretty hot in my room, so if I take my hoodie off and you see me in the tank top, that's why. But movie coming out this year? No. Next year. In theaters and stuff. It's gonna be nice. Next year, like 2026 November, I guess, right? Big budget movies take a long time, man, to release. Love your hat. Thank you, thank you. This is one of my favorite hats. It is pretty badass to be on NDA, but it sucks because it's like when people ask me, I'm like, yeah, I'm still on the movie, and they're like, so what's it about? And I'm like, I can't tell you guys. NDA, them NDAs are strict. What genre is it? It's drama action. There are some action scenes, shooting guns and shit, explosions. But it's mostly drama, yeah. But yeah, guys, today we are doing a Resident Evil Requiem, everything we know. Like literally everything we know about Resident Evil Requiem. If you guys need a refresher on the trailer, I will play the trailer right here, so you guys, see it. Pause that real quick. I'll play the trailer for you guys. Yeah, let's play the trailer first, and then I'm gonna do a quick breakdown of everything we know. Pimpkin, do not include this.
Sir.
Grace. Grace. Grace Ashcroft.
Yes?
My office.
Oh, coming. If this is about the report you asked for yesterday, it'll be ready in 3. No, 2 days, tops.
Put a hold on that for now.
I'm
We found
excited,
another
man.
body. One that exhibits the same pathology as the others we've been investigating. Now, I need a good technical analyst on this.
Okay.
I need your eyes on the crime scene. The Renwood Hotel. I know that's where your mother was murdered.
Her mother?
Alyssa died 8 years ago.
Alyssa Ashcroft.
Perhaps it's time for you to face the past.
Yeah, just the FBI.
Grace.
You guys can see why I thought it was evil within the first time around.
What is this? Hey!
Stay close.
I honestly thought it was evil within.
They're coming. I know now that you're the one that I've been searching for. The special one. The chosen one. Miss Ashcroft.
Hold on, Neon. Hold on, bro.
deaths,
Let
huh?
me get to that in the video. Involving the
You've seen the
segment.
same shit I've seen.
Please know that you are my hope.
Everyone's gone.
Stay away from that!
Yeah, Grace is playable. Alright. So now, hold on, let me refocus this camera. God damn it, Elgato. Is Leon gonna be in it? Hold on, guys, hold on. Well, first of all, I wouldn't be able to tell you guys that. I think he is most likely gonna be in it. But now I'm gonna give you a preemptive list of everything that we know by Rhino the Bouncer. Preview of Resident Evil 9 Requiem. Zoom into this just a tad. Just a tad. All right, Grace Ashcroft is a young FBI technical analyst and the daughter of Alyssa Ashcroft, an investigative reporter who last appeared in 2003's Resident Evil Outbreak. We all know that. They knew that since the first day once they said Ashcroft. Press demo begins immediately after the conclusion of the real trailer, so that's cool. That most of the people that came there got to see some of the gameplay. So this is what it is. Grace, who has been mysteriously captured, awakens upside down, strapped to the bed, and is understandably scared out of her mind. So I wonder if she's in the hospital or the hotel. She manages to escape, but she's out of the frying pan and into the fire. Grace has little combat expertise, and my session features 0 action. This is important. I do wonder if they are going to include a Resident Evil character. If each playthrough is going to be very different. So once you play as Grace, it's less combat and more hiding and stealth. And if you play as like Leon or Chris, it's more action oriented. I think that's what they're going to be aiming for. Relies on wits to survive the derelict Renwood Hotel, the site of Grace's mother's murder. So I don't think the whole game takes place in a hotel. I just think a good portion of it does, at least for Grace. You can switch to third person anytime, which is interesting because I kind of figured that since in Resident Evil Village, they gave you the option, but in the main menu, just switch from third person to first person while you're playing through the story, which is a great addition. I do think first person is probably going to turn up the horror, especially with somebody like Grace who has little combat experience. So I think that would be a good addition to the thing. Capcom labels first person view as the recommended experience. See? Horror. Requiem proved terrifying regardless of perspective. That's good. I think Requiem is going to be a lot more horror based. Opening the first door gives way to an impressively pitch black hallway. I can't. It almost what? He died halfway, guys. The game feels most like RE7 as I bump around into dark spaces searching for open doors. All right, good. I do like RE7's atmosphere, so that's really good to know. I can imagine being like powerless like Ethan Winters and roaming around a Baker residence. That's why I think the Runwood Hotel would take place is going to be like one of the main locations. It's going to be like the Baker residence, like maybe slightly bigger. So that's going to be pretty good. Despite being labeled a hotel, Runwood seems more like kind of a clinic. Ah, okay. All right. I have something. A screenshot that's going to tie into what I think this game is going to be going for. All right, hold on. I'm looking in Discord. All right, a buddy of mine sent me this, but I'm not going to show you guys it yet. Wait. All right, classic RE formula. True, every RE game has the RE formula, so I don't know exactly what that means, but I get what he means. Lock door behind the cherub icon over the lock indicating a necessary key, cherub key. A lit hallway sits behind a gate powered by a fuse box missing one of its fuse box. All right, that's the classic RE formula. And now I know what he means. Okay, let me start recording that. Yes. All right. Find the fuse in one room, but it's locked behind a case. Another room has a note stating the fuse box requires a screwdriver to open it, which should be located in the nurse's office. All right, so it's typical RE stuff. Puzzle room, figure out the puzzle, solve the puzzle. Solving the puzzle in reverse order, searching drawers yields items like health regenerating shot and a classic green herb. Green herbs are back, good to know. Bottle was the only weapon early on, and it's only used to distract threats rather than deter them. So there's going to be a lot more distraction items because Grace doesn't have a lot of combat experience. Loser. Thank you, Central 8, for following. Welcome to Loser Game, baby. All right. Grace finds a lighter and she opens the door that causes the dead body to fall into her in my first jump scare. That's hilarious. Corpse wearing a doctor's lab coat clearly looks infected, though that doesn't stop Grace from checking his pulse and asking if he's dead, and an unintentional funny bit. That's funny. I do love silly stuff in Resident Evil when characters get absolutely mutilated and you have the main character just say, "Are you okay?" And they're like split in half and splayed onto the fucking ground. Suddenly, a large mutated arm emerges from the darkness to seize the body, slowly lifting it towards a gray bloodstained maw of seemingly once human teeth that takes a massive bite. So I think that's the monster we've seen at the end of the trailer with the teeth screaming. Grace can hardly speak as the camera pans up to reveal what I can best describe as a towering humanoid hag-like creature, sporting stringy gray hair, a bulbous eye, and a tattered rag masquerading his clothing. That's definitely the monster we've seen at the end of the trailer of RE. Hold on, this one right here. I think this is going to be the main stalker type enemy that's going to be following Grace around the game. Monster pursues, squeezing its large mutated form down the narrow corridors. At a point, it grabs her, lifting Grace up to take a big, debilitating bite out of her, necessitating a quick heal. Oh, okay. Retreat into a nearby room, closing the door behind me. Curiously, the monster doesn't follow. After waiting a minute, she opens the door and you look up to find a gaping hole above the doorway. So that's how this thing is getting around the hotel. So it is a stalker enemy. It's just moving around the hotel in like the vents or the ceiling. As the creature crawls inside the ceiling, hanging light fixtures shake and creak to indicate the monster's rough proximity. Ooh, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I know who that is now. For real, you know who it is? All right. The rest of the demo is spent trying to avoid and evade this threat as it periodically resurfaces. It's just like a stalker type. It's like Jack Baker and Mr. X. Feels familiar and terrifying in ways that we've come close to love since 1996. It isn't clear whether we're in a decade plus future from Resident Evil 9's Village of Shadows or a different period. That's another thing I'm wondering. Are we in the future? Maybe this takes place after Shadows of Rose. I don't know. I have no clue, but I wanted to give you guys a little bit of insight, and this is probably one of the screenshots from the Renworth Hotel, because they said the Renworth Hotel is kind of like a clinic, and in some of the screenshots, characters are seen walking past like medical supply tents and like doctors, you know, gurneys and stuff like that. So I assume that's the lobby of the Renwood Hotel, if I'm not mistaken. And maybe this is where survivors went after the bombs dropped to find aid and safety. Maybe the hotel was turned into a semi like hospital for all the survivors before the bombs dropped during the fucking outbreak. You know what I'm saying? So maybe that's what happened. But I'm gonna give you guys some good theories. That can't be Hunnigan, I'm sorry, not my girl. You don't think so? All right, I'm gonna give you guys some good theories on who I think the main bad guy gonna be, what the story could pertain, and what characters do I think are gonna bite the bullet at the end of this game, because I feel like some characters are factually going to die. All right, so this is gonna be the main stalker type. My buddy, Center of Evil, thinks that it's, let me see. He thinks that it's Lisa Trevor, a mutated version of Lisa Trevor that's been around hiding. Stalker enemy is Lisa. She has a bulbous eye on her back on RE Remake, plus the content already saying it sounds like Lisa too. Also, apparently it's Rhodes Hill Care Center, which is not far away from Raccoon City, let alone the Arclay area. I'm gonna tell you now, it ain't Leon. Leon won't die. I'm trying to cope. All right, let's everybody, calm down. I, for one, think it's Lisa simply because of the chains that the stalker enemy seems to carry. The chains and the long hair. I knew it was a woman by its appearance, and it has like a dark, dirty dress on. The same thing Lisa is wearing with the nasty hair and stuff like that. So I do think it could be a mutated form of Lisa, but also I have another theory that it might be Alyssa Ashcroft's mother. No, Grace Ashcroft's mother. I don't know why I think it is. You guys just have to let me cook for a little bit. They said Grace Ashcroft went, like she died, went missing in this hotel, and Grace went looking for her. Listen, what if they took her mother and experimented on her? A lot of the survivors of the Raccoon City like apocalypse, they could be, like some of them could have some sort of immunity to the infections, and it could be experimented on. Why am I saying that? Because in the trailer, not only is Grace hanging precariously upside down and looks to be trapped, look at this. She has a blood transfusion device on her arm. Why is she not only kidnapped and trapped in this place, why is she getting her blood taken? Now, if you guys remember in the trailer, the mysterious voice says, Miss Ashcroft, you might be the one we're searching for. You might be the key or something like that. The chosen one. The chosen one for what? Maybe some characters in Resident Evil have certain abilities that maybe combats the infection. I do not know. That's just my crazy theory about Grace's place in this world. Why is she getting her blood taken? Why is she not only just kidnapped? Why is she just trapped there? You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's what this is. Maybe she has some type of antibodies to it. Now, Mark, you might be wondering, why does that matter? Now, we're gonna talk about this guy. This guy right here. This guy, I've seen in the trailer with this, pay attention to this music box right here. This music box. Now listen to me. When are you gonna stream next, Mark? Brother, I'm streaming right now. I'm streaming right now. What? Listen. Why would it be Jake though? I don't know. Listen. Now, pay attention to this music box and pay attention to this guy and his cooked hairline. I think that this guy, my theory, I think that this is Spencer. You wanna know why? Because this same music box appears in Spencer's mansion all the way back in like the 1900s. This is an old music box. Not a lot of people own something like this. And I think the trailer is giving everybody Easter eggs to who the character could be. Not a lot of people own this music box, and this music box is only found in the reading room in Spencer's mansion on the second floor. I think this is Spencer, or a younger version of Spencer, some way, somehow. And you want to know why I think it is? Look at his hairline. Not trying to make a joke, but look at his hairline compared to Spencer's natural hairline. Look, close up. I thought Spencer died. Spencer did die, but everybody in Resident Evil lives. Everybody. I don't think maybe it's not the original Spencer, but it could be a clone. Could be a clone of Spencer, or it could be the guy from Resident Evil 0. You guys remember his name? What's his name again? I know one of you guys remember his name. The weird tentacle guy from Resident Evil 0 with all the leeches and shit. Let me see. James Marcus. Exactly. It could be a version of James Marcus. Look at Spencer's hair. It could be a younger version of Spencer. I think this hallway is just a callback to the first Resident Evil 1 where the dog jumps out the window. But I think this also has some significance too. Everything looks decrepit. You know what I'm saying? All right. But I think maybe Spencer wants Grace because her body has antibodies, and maybe it's the key to maybe making something more than what the original T-Virus was supposed to be. A real life super soldier. And maybe Grace is the key. Maybe they thought it was Alyssa when she went investigating. Maybe they found something in Alyssa too. And maybe that thing that's stalking you is the new Lisa Trevor. Maybe it's her mom stalking her. That would be pretty fucked up. It could also be an infected like Lisa Trevor and her mom's actually dead. But that's my theory. Do you think there'll be gameplay outside the hotel? Yeah, definitely. Now, I don't know. Listen. I think this all ties back to Chris Redfield right now. You want to know why I think did Lisa ever die in RE1? You never see them die. And from what I read, Lisa can't die. That's another reason why I think it could be Lisa or it could be her mother. Maybe they gave her mother the same type of experiments they gave Lisa. So now they're like similar. All right, now about the certain infection that's turning people into this. You know who I think is doing this? You know who I think it's all tied back to? This is my crazy theory. Listen. It was very vague about Lisa's death, the thing we never saw her die. Exactly. And in RE, Resident Evil, you guys know, if you don't see a character specifically die, like actually die, they're never really dead. Think about that. If they don't explicitly die, like you physically see them, they're never dead. All right, let me come back to here. Come back to focus. All right, I think Chris might have some involvement in this new story as well because of this. Look at this guy's face when he's getting infected. There's a mysterious virus in the game. There's a mysterious virus that's going around killing people. And it's mostly people of importance. I think it's done semi on purpose. I think these people getting infected with some of these things. But look at this guy, right? Pay attention to his face. You see his teeth getting all razor sharp and shit like that. Pay attention to this. This is why I think Chris is also going to be involved in this, because if you guys don't remember the end of RE Village, one of the super soldiers from the BSAA looks like this. And Chris is like, why is the BSAA experimenting on like some of their own soldiers? And why were they at the village? Why was the BSAA also at the village? Remember that. The BSAA also showed up to the village for no reason at all. All of a sudden, when Chris was with Neo Umbrella. Think about that. This specific infection looks a lot like this cop. I don't think Chris is going to be playable though, but I think Chris is also going to be involved here because he's going to most likely investigate why the BSAA, how the BSAA has been getting in like things to make people bioweapons and why they've been experimenting on people. I think the BSAA might be a twist, is ran by the same villain that could be the main villain in RE9. It could be Spencer, or my buddy Center said it could be somebody from the Connections. That's why I think, and look, the new monsters, new infected, also have the cognition to kill people. He isn't just stabbing him or beating him to death. He's choking him out with a bag. So whatever they're creating are smart enough to fully go out and kill people of importance. And this guy has to be important. It's just Resident Evil logic. Now, let's talk about what I think. So it's not you? You said they're smart. Yeah, it's not me. Anyways, let's talk about the word requiem. Anybody know what requiem means? Does everybody know what requiem means? Yes. Here. There we are. A requiem is a Catholic mass for the dead, or a musical competition based on, the text of that mass. A requiem is basically like a giant funeral. Okay, let me just type that. I don't like the AI thing. It's stupid. Look, requiem, an act or token of remembrance. I think Leon is also involved in this game because each character that was showed in the trailer is going back for something. Grace's mom has passed away as far as we know, and Grace is going to go to the Renwood Hotel to get over her mother's death. That's her requiem. But the reason why I think Leon and Chris are going to be in this is because they both have something to do with Raccoon City. Chris has a lot to do with the Spencer Mansion. And I think Requiem will have a meaning for Grace. Leon, the people lost in Raccoon City. I think Leon's Requiem is the people he couldn't save in Raccoon City. And I think that's why they showed the RPD. Also, I do think Jill Valentine's probably going to show up sometime too, because she also has something to do with Raccoon City and the RPD. But so there is a flashback maybe for some things you don't realize in the past Resident Evils, maybe. But I think all of these characters are going to come back to Raccoon City because this is where it all began. That's what a requiem is. A requiem is basically a giant funeral, a token of remembrance. Grace is going back so she can finally confront the fact that her mother is gone. Leon would go back because he's finally confronting the demons of his past. And all of them are all called back because they've probably tracked the virus to somewhere in Raccoon City. They said Renwood. Is Renwood Hotel in Raccoon City? Even the Raccoon City Police Department is connected to the Spencer Mansion. Yes, exactly. So I personally think they're all going back to Raccoon City to get over their deaths, but I also think there's going to be a funeral. I think one of the main characters from the mainline games are going to die. That's what I feel like is going to happen. I think that's the true end of their arc, that one of them will die. I honestly think it's going to be Leon. No, I didn't cover the hidden truth yet. Did not cover it, but Center introduced the hidden truth. But I do think Leon's gonna die because his arc is him getting over the lives he couldn't save in Raccoon City. I think the life he does save in Raccoon City is gonna be Grace's. And I think that's gonna be important to his character, that he goes to Raccoon City and he sacrifices himself and he finally feels like he's done enough. I think it's not going to be Chris. Trust me when I say this, I don't think it's going to be Chris. But that's what I feel like is going to happen. I think Leon's going to finally go out there and sacrifice a life for his years of trauma. Facts. Leon's been through a lot. And I think Grace is also going to go over there to get over her mother's death. I think all of them are going to return to finally get over the horrors that happened in Raccoon City. And I think that's why it's also called Requiem. Now, you guys want to hear why I think it is? I showed this to Center too. All right, look at this guy. Look at Grace. Look at this guy. And look at these two. What do all of these people have in common? Center, you can hop in right now, man. I'll hop in in like 30 seconds. What do all of these pictures have in common? Me and Center already talked about it. They're all wearing black. Like a funeral. This game's a funeral. Like a Requiem, they're all wearing black. Every single character in the trailer is wearing black. It's a funeral. The main theme of this game is death. Requiem is a token of the dead. I genuinely think a main character in RE is gonna die, and I do think it's Leon. It would make sense of his arc. My buddy, Center, I'm joining the chord if you're in here. Yo.
Oh, goodness. This is just getting me way too hyped again.
Center, you have the stage, man. You have the stage.
Yeah, it's just first of all, I just wanted to say hi to everyone in the chat that was chatting along, and I'm honored to be a part of the stream. Like, you know, how could you say it, verbally or whatever? So yeah, it's just what do you want me to necessarily like start off with?
Start off with your theories, because you're like, Center is a lot more knowledgeable in more of the lore than me, so he definitely knows a lot more of, you know, the connections that he can make. So start off with anything you want, man. The floor is yours.
The first thing that I'm gonna talk about, the thing that you have not covered yet. I don't know if you have like the screenshot necessarily where you could like pull it up for the viewers or whatnot, but I'm just going to talk about this though, because this is the one thing that basically got me spiraling about this entire thing. It was about where we know where Grace is going to be going to the hotel to find, like, you know, some sort of requiem for her mother's death and whatnot. But as I was reading this description, it says Grace prepares to finally face the past and makes her way to the scene. But this one case leads to uncovering the hidden truth behind the outbreak of Raccoon City, the biological disaster that shook the world. Will this be the requiem that finally lays the memories of that abhorrent disaster to rest? And that understood, it made me feel like there is way more about this game than what we are seeing as of right now. But the crazy thing was that Capcom showed so much in like that 30-minute like demo, where again, I think that monster that is going to chase you around is Lisa, especially now that that creator that said that she has a bulbous eye or whatever, Lisa had that on her back. So I ultimately was thinking, like, that was the one thing to me where it couldn't be Lisa because she had that big eye on her back. And if you end up seeing that clearly, there's no other BOW that we are aware of in the Resident Evil universe that has that feature. And she also helped create the G virus, and what the G virus could do from the lore that I was researching up on is that over time she could grow, and in about 28-30 years she scours off into this Rhodes Hill Care Center, wherever she is, survives the Spencer Mansion explosion, and then the thing was that we saw her jump down into the chasm, right?
Yeah.
After like she saw her mother.
Yeah.
She somehow got out of there where there was no light. But then also she ended up using underground tunnels to find Wesker if that like event was canon in Umbrella Chronicles. So it makes me wonder, what if she went back down there when the bomb set off and she survived? And then she arrives and then she goes right straight into the Rhodes Hill Care Center, wherever Grace is now, and then she's basically been living there for the past nearly 2 decades. And she has just grown over time into like this 10 to 20 foot monstrosity.
That's unstoppable. Yo, yeah, exactly. I am supporting the theory that it could also be Lisa Trevor, because Lisa Trevor is in fact undying. She does in fact evolve. And I think going back to Raccoon City is setting up that a lot of things that you thought were gone or gone in the past are coming back, which is why I think Umbrella is gonna be like the main villain. I think the connections in Umbrella are like basically the same fucking thing, and I think that's why we're going back to the past, because the things you thought were dead aren't dead.
Yeah, so another thing I want to talk about is the guy in the chair. So I'm leaning heavily towards the Spencer theory, which like I really do think it makes sense, because we never had him as a main villain in a Resident Evil game, and we all know that like he was one like the creator of almost everything, right?
Yeah.
Started everything, the mansion, the viruses and all that. But we never had him as a main villain. And it kind of does make sense if this is like, you know, a conclusion to one of or multiple main character stories, then it does kind of seem fitting in that kind of way. Because I think Wesker's dead. I don't think there's no bringing him back.
Yeah, I think he's
Maybe
gone.
there is a way they could bring Spencer back, but also at the same time, you mentioned about the connections guy. I thought the guy that was on the chair could be Brandon Bailey, who was the protege to James Marcus. And he also had a lot of ties with Spencer and Wesker. Because if you go all the way back to Resident Evil 5, where like that flower lab is, Bailey was there. Like his files were like legitimate proof that he was there experimenting on this progenitor virus. And then there was a time around Resident Evil 5 where Spencer had ordered this assassination for everybody that was working on the virus or whatever, and he only wanted it to keep it in like a tighter circle. So presumably around the time where you're about to fight Excella, you see like this journal from Spencer. It shows that Brandon Bailey's dead. And then all of a sudden in Resident Evil 7, we find out he founds this new organization called the Connections. And then the BSAA, they go through this entire research or investigation to find out if Bailey's dead. And it's unknown now. And guess who the director of Resident Evil 7 was? It was Koshi Nakanishi. Guess who's the director of Resident Evil 9? Koshi Nakanishi. So it's kind of like... So it kind of is like, why would you bring that name back from the potential dead if you're not going to realistically do anything with it?
That makes sense.
That's the kind of thing where it lines up for Bailey, because the problem is that he's always been in the shadows. He's never been like fleshed out to like the full point where it's like, okay, there's a lot of people that realistically don't know about him. So that's where it's kind of like a little hesitant for me though. But I feel like he would be a really, really good, how would you say it? A good villain, especially knowing about the ties with Spencer, the director bringing his name back, and all that other good stuff. And then, speaking of the Requiem thing that I went off track about with the outbreak in Raccoon City, I think this is going to have a lot of ties as to what ended up happening involving the U.S. government. I think they are deep down, like the U.S. government to me is the villain in Resident Evil that has always been hiding in plain sight.
Yeah.
And I think now it's going to finally get to the point where it's like they're going down, because it's going to fall back into around where the Resident Evil 6 plot points were, which I know crazy to say because it's Resident Evil 6, but let's think about this. So Leon, he survives Raccoon City with Sherry and Claire. Claire goes off to find Chris on Rockford Island or whatever. Leon, however, is apprehended by the US military, and along with Sherry. So then Leon is in this interrogation room where it's like, you need to work with us, or Sherry's either gonna die, or we're gonna like, it's not gonna end well for Sherry. And this is an innocent girl we're talking about. So then right then and there, we kind of know about the government shadiness though. So Leon is essentially blackmailed into it.
Yeah,
he doesn't realistically get he doesn't get the justice that he wants to give to the fallen in Raccoon City. So for all these years, he has worked as this government agent, right? So then if we fast forward all the way to Resident Evil 6, the guy who was talking to Leon on like that microphone or whatever, to telling him that you gotta work for us because you have no choice, was Adam Benford. And Adam Benford was the president in Resident Evil 6 that was going to reveal the truth about Raccoon City. And guess what happened when he said that? He was assassinated.
He was turned into a monster.
And Leon was so hesitant to kill him though, because deep down he knew it was the government's doing, especially involving Derek Simmons, right? So then Simmons, we know that he wasn't realistically the best fleshed out villain in the RE universe, but he was there like during the Raccoon City incident, and he had like, you know, substantial power and like the aspect of the US government. I think that right there is where Ada could necessarily be brought into play into the game. And it's also thinking to myself, like, that hidden truth of where the US government was funding everything for Umbrella. And I think that's realistically going to happen. Because there's another thing that you don't know about that involves Resident Evil Outbreak, including Alyssa. So what it is that 6 months after the bombing, I have to say bombing because it was never a nuclear destruction.
Yeah.
The U.S. government portrayed it as this nuclear wasteland, Raccoon City. That's why no one ever went there again. But in reality, what they used was necessarily called the thermobaric bomb, which is basically, it's just a bomb. There's no nuclear waste or anything like that. As long as like the heat and everything clears up, you can go right back down there again.
Yeah.
And 6 months after the bombing, Umbrella had this weird, suspicious lab in the ending of Resident Evil Outbreak that they were in. It was in like the crater of Raccoon City. There was a lab. If you look up the ending cutscene in Resident Evil Outbreak, it's there. And that was like a couple years before Umbrella was shut down. So it makes you wonder, maybe the US government said, okay, we're going to shut down Umbrella. We're going to cover this up as a nuclear wasteland, right? But in reality, they let them know about, you can go back there and experiment all you want, until somebody finally ended up finding out about it. And I think that's where Grace comes into play. So I think this hidden truth aspect of RE9 Requiem is going to be involving the US government. And I think it's going to involve Umbrella. Everybody is going to go down. And it's going to conclude the story of Raccoon City. It's going to give Leon the justice that he wanted to serve for those people, because he never realistically has. Like, they never had like this sense of closure. So I think that's where his story is going to end. Now, whether if he dies or if he lives on, that's completely up in the air. But I think if any main character story is going to end, it's going to be his. Because where else would you want to end it?
And that's why I think Leon's gonna die. But Center has made very good points, especially with the government lab. Well, the lab being in the crater. I think that's why so many people in the beginning of the RE9 trailer, I want to see if I have that screenshot. You guys can see this. It says when she's investigating, she's writing a report on another person, fourth victim of unidentified disease. A disease individual was discovered at an abandoned government office. I think anybody who gets too close, or anybody who wants to blow the whistle on the things that possibly the US government or our government are doing, are getting killed by the virus. I don't know what type of virus it's going to be, because I think the virus that infects like this cop right here and the soldiers from the BSA are completely different.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, but I do think they have a similar connection. And I think whatever the virus, what do you think the virus is that could connect to Grace? Like, what do you think she has that makes her so important, makes her deemed the chosen one, or the one they've been looking for so long?
Okay, so I know for a fact that, well, this is necessarily like not complete confirmation though, but this was a thing that was very prominent in Resident Evil Outbreak.
Yeah.
So when you reach the fifth and final scenario called Decisions, where you're in the Raccoon University, right? We find out that one of the professors or doctors, whatever it is, they come up with a vaccine for the T virus. It's called Daylight.
Yeah.
So they use that to basically get rid of the T virus for good. Alyssa was a prominent character in Outbreak. So let's just hypothetically say that she injected Daylight into her to get rid of the T virus. Those would definitely be running through. So then she gives birth to Grace. Grace carries the antibodies of the Daylight vaccine, and we've seen these things happen before. We saw it with Rose and Ethan. We saw it with Jake carrying the antibodies for the C virus as Wesker's son. We saw Sherry with the G virus because she was infected there, right?
Yeah.
So this is a common occurrence within offsprings of certain Resident Evil characters. So what I necessarily think happened was Alyssa, I think she is dead as of right now. Yeah. But we don't even realistically know if she's confirmed dead. We don't know if a body was found or nothing else like that. So the reason why I think that they are taking the blood out of Grace is because they were aware of what Alyssa was carrying. And I think what is coming back to them is that when this blood is getting like wasted or whatever, or it's getting used, this information is coming back to that dude in the chair. And once he finds out the confirmation about the Daylight antibodies, that's where he's like, this is the chosen one. Now, what virus are these monsters are going to be using? I realistically don't know. This could legit be a combination of the T virus, the G with Lisa. We could probably see a little bit of the mold as well. Like, from what I've seen, I think that's the one thing I am very unsure on, is what kind of virus are we going to be facing against, because from what I've seen, it might be a multitude of everything.
Yeah, I do think whatever virus they could be using is an offshoot of what the BSA was using when they raided the village, which prompts me to question, the BSA was also there when Chris showed up. So that's an important nugget that I want the chat to understand. Like, the BSA was also there, and for reasons unknown to us, and I think that might have I think that's connected to RE9. What exactly was the BSA, and who exactly? Well, isn't the BSA what are they an offshoot of? I forgot what they're an offshoot of, but Chris and them are no longer on good terms, but we never find out why exactly. So I think that's probably going to be, I think that's another reason why I think Chris might be coming back to RE9, because his story is also going to be, I don't think he's going to die necessarily, because, you know, due to the Shadows of Rose, Chris is going to be around. But I do wonder why they were there in the first place. And I think what you said, the new virus is probably going to have something to do with the mold as well. And that's why I kind of agree with your thing with the connections. The connections could be here, but maybe to combine your theory and mine, like, we're shooting theories out in the woods, chat. I don't want to hear any crazy shit. But to combine your theory, I think Spencer and the man who runs the connections are the same person. I think it's an alias. I don't think it's like Spencer lived and he's immortal, but I think there's, like, since they did the same thing with like Jake and Albert Wesker being his pseudo dad and Jake is like, I think it's something like that, where, you know, characters are cloned and they're never really dead in the Resident Evil universe. And I think that's an important thing that I want to keep saying, because the only reason I say this is because in the RE9 trailer, well, from like, this sounds stupid, from like a movie or show, like from that perspective, when they show you somebody you're supposed to recognize, they typically show it in a way that's vague. You know what I'm saying? Like, they showed the back of this guy's like head, and that's all you got from him. And I think they did that on purpose. I think he's supposed to be a character you're supposed to kind of recognize, and I think that's why they put his old music box next to him to kind of for you to make that connection. And I think it should be somebody.
Another thing that I forgot to completely mention was that accent didn't sound American, did it?
No, not at all.
Spencer wasn't American.
He wasn't exactly. He was from Europe. Him and Miranda were that, but the BSAA could also be the connections as well. Like, I think there's a whole bunch of things going on. I think the BSAA is now being ran by whoever runs the connections, or whoever runs like an old umbrella, because now they're introducing bioweapons. And the reason why I say that is, at the end of RE8, if you read one of the notes, you obviously did, you know that Spencer knew Mother Miranda, he was under her. He was like her underling, like he did research under her. So I think that's even more of a reason for the BSA to show up to take some of her research, because Spencer always idolized her. And one thing I realized when it came to Mother Miranda was, even if she physically died, she was always still alive. Mother Miranda was also immortal because the Megamycete was a hive mind. I think what Spencer is trying to do right now is achieve true immortality, the ability to just not die, period. So maybe that's one of the main reasons. Maybe that's one of the main cruxes of RE9, but that's my crazy theory.
And you know what's another thing that I forgot to mention, though, is that Miranda was able to manipulate the outside world for Rose to get inside the consciousness of the Megamycete, because we know about the guy that was talking to her. He realistically didn't exist.
He never existed.
It was Miranda manipulating Rose to get into there. So I'm thinking to myself, if Spencer's consciousness is inside the Megamycete, what if he manipulated this person that is sitting on the chair, and that possibly could be him in like the brain aspect or something like that?
Ooh.
What if it's Haley, but the consciousness is Spencer? Something like that could happen.
Yo, we're cooking right now. We are cooking right now. But these are just, remember chat, these are just theories. So Y'all want to argue about this? Don't argue about like these are theories. The soul dispenser in the new vegetable, but the more it resembles him, maybe
Something like that could happen too.
maybe that's the main
hairline.
Yeah, that cooked hairline is giving me like Spencer vibes, and he's sitting in a chair, and like I don't know, you never know with this game, with the grab-a-phone too, bro. And that's why I think this game is just going to be like, once you say Requiem, it's all about remembrance. This game is calling upon everything we know about death, everybody who died, the losses we took in the Resident Evil universe, and I think this is going to be one of those everything is here type of games. And that's why I think each character has a reason to come back to Raccoon City, whether it's Chris and the BSA, Jill and also everything, Leon and also everything, Grace and her mother, the connections and Umbrella being together. Like there's a whole bunch of things I think this game is going to answer or set out. Everyone's gonna go crazy if Leon dies, and that's why I do think Leon might actually die. If Chris is connected, I think they're gonna reference all the people you had to watch die, Pierce and Ethan, all the people failed to save. Oh yeah, definitely that too. They put it so we can assume and think. Yeah, I know, but I think that's why in certain things with the trailer or the certain information they give out to us, that there's got to be a reason. There's got to be a reason each one of these things are happening, and I'm wondering how they're gonna go about this. But yeah, those are my crazy theories, chat. What do you guys think? For RE9, I need to return to the fixed camera. You guys probably find a mod like that when it finally drops. But
Yeah, or you can potentially wait for another remake of 1.
Yeah. But yeah, this is all the things we know, guys. And this list too on Twitter. You know, FBI, she's a technical analyst. But one thing that intrigued me was Grace she has little combat expertise. So that I do think we're gonna be playing as 2 characters. One that's more combat ready, which could be Leon or Chris, and one that's more like a Ethan thing where he's more hiding and stealthy and less fighty.
And that's another thing too that I didn't necessarily mention though, is that why would the FBI send a technical analyst to a hotel where a bunch of murders have been happening? Why would they have done that?
Maybe she's being manipulated too.
That's what I'm thinking too though, because I think one of the content creators in our circle ended up mentioning about how weird it was for the FBI to necessarily do that. Like, I understand it's like, it's her mom, right? And of course, if you want to choose someone, like, we can go with that cliche route, but I definitely think there's something deeper to that instead.
Exactly. You know, and you want to know what is triggering me now on the Resident Evil Requiem website? The location where it says return once again to the city of disaster and despair. Once again. Yeah. I personally don't think Grace was in like Raccoon City while her mother was there. So that's why
I definitely think Melissa had her afterwards.
Exactly. So I definitely think we're playing as a character who was already in Raccoon City. That's why it says return once again. So, I mean, it's a double entendre. Like, obviously we all played it, but I think this also speaks to the characters returning. And that's why I think it's going to be, it's most likely going to be Leon.
RPD foreshadowing as well.
Yeah, the RPD, the school bus outside of it, it's going to be that. I do love the fact that it's going to be first person and third person perspective. That's cool as hell.
Can you put the screenshot on where like you see Grace with the book?
Oh yeah, that's the same. Hold on, let me put it on right now. That's the same book. That's the same lining of the book from the Village of Shadows.
Yeah, but what's funny is that if you go all the way at the bottom there, look at what the author's name is.
Matilda Harris.
Matilda is the weapon of Leon's handgun in Resident Evil 2.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Yeah, he's coming. Leon's coming. Leon's pulling up.
I 100% believe it.
Leon's coming.
If he's not in this game, I have no idea what to think. Like, Capcom just knows how to like tug on how many heartstrings, man.
how will they do it? The city got blown up. The city wasn't fully blown up. It got firebombed, but like
yeah, it basically got bombed, but it was deemed a nuclear wasteland by the U.S. government. But in reality, it was never a nuclear wasteland. It was just a bomb. That was it.
Like it's just a giant bomb that it didn't even destroy most. It's like it's a giant crater, yeah, but it didn't completely disintegrate the city and its surrounding areas.
Mm-hmm.
And I do like this. I don't know if this holds any weight. Let me look at the crater. From what I can tell, there are some newish buildings right over here. So I do think the city's probably rebuilding, maybe, because you know, like it's been 30, 40 years at this point. I do think the city's like rebuilding, and I do think that's why there's more strings of missing people. I like maybe this is also a theory, crazy government conspiracy theory. Maybe thank you Narad for subscribing at tier 1. Thank you Narad. Thank you. Welcome to Lose the Club. But I do think the government encouraged people to start moving back into Raccoon City to help with the rebuild efforts, just to take more people to experiment with. But that's another thing. That's just another crazy theory that leads to a lot of people going missing. And maybe that's why there's so many important people going missing, because they're now starting to piece together like, hey, some shit is still going on in Raccoon City. So that's probably why there's new buildings here. There's probably going to be rebuild efforts, and maybe that also plays a part. But yeah, what do you guys think?
That's you know what's crazy is that we saw in the beginning of the trailer where Grace was writing an article about like those bodies being found, right?
Yeah.
Like there were 3 pictures, and then we saw like the guy that kind of looked like Ethan, but we know it's not Ethan.
Yeah.
Where it's like laying down face down, and then she's typing in like, you know, this unidentifiable disease or whatever. What if the FBI sent her there because she was so close to uncovering the truth, they sent her there to die?
Oh, wait a minute. And then if they tried to, because think about it, if they tried to infect her with the disease that maybe killed people, they realized that she was immune. So maybe she was the one they were looking for. Wait a minute. We might be cooking. We might be cooking with something. Maybe they realize like, holy shit, wait a minute. This is the person. How are you immune to this? You're not infected. All right, we're going to kidnap you instead. And we're going to test to experiment on your blood. Oh, wow. They send people there to test their immunity. If they die, they don't care. That's just one person down the list until they get to her and find out she's the key. Wait a minute. Kano the Legend just said some real shit in the chat.
Yeah,
hold on.
Did. I just saw that.
Hold on.
Crazy cook.
Hold on. We might be cooking something. Oh shit, guys. Just why people call me the legend, bro. You're a legend, man. You're a legend. You're a legend. Yo, what's Alyssa's Ashcroft's lore? She is
a character. She's a news reporter, appeared in Outbreak, she escaped Raccoon City, basically was still a news reporter. She was a very key part. She played like a key role into Umbrella falling down, because I think her synopsis or whatever about like what ended up transpiring in Raccoon City really did help them to like be brought down. And then years pass by, she has Grace. 2016, she reports about the Dolby incident in Resident Evil 7, where she was talking about like, you know, the 20 people missing, this missing hiker that ended up around this Louisiana area, and then that ends up happening, and then we find out she's dead a few years later. And now her daughter is gonna try to find a requiem for her death.
Exactly.
That's pretty much what it is.
And that's so crazy that she wrote about the Dolby Day, like wrote an article, and it's a local newspaper. So Alyssa was just in Louisiana around that time, which is crazy to think about.
Yeah. It makes me wonder if her reporting involving the Louisiana incident kind of plays into a major role about her death a couple years later, or maybe it was just like a completely different thing.
Maybe it played a role into it, because remember, the connections got rid of people who got too close to the truth.
And that's where Evelyn was.
And that's where Evelyn, Yeah.
Don't forget Mia worked there as well, and they were sending Evelyn to the U.S. all the way from Munich, and if they found out that's where she was, because remember Lucas Baker was working with the connections as well, right?
Yeah.
Before he died, so maybe he knows about Evelyn, and then the connections know about it, and then they see that there's like this reporter that's like kind of exposing a little bit of stuff, and then they kill her at this hotel where she was getting in too deep.
Ooh, yeah, Senna's cooking right now. And I think maybe her daughter, they're doing the same thing to her daughter. Oh my God, yeah. So they sent Leon and Claire as bait? No, I don't think Leon would. I don't think Leon's going to be bait or captured. I think Leon goes after to save Grace.
Mm-hmm. I still definitely would like for Grace to have her moments of like having like a couple badass moments where she's not always going to be this damsel in distress, but
yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
She's just not going to be like the crazy combat incredible guy that like Leon or like a Sheva or Jill would be. You know what I'm saying? So I think Grace is just going to be more like Ethan Winters in the terms of, yeah, I can defend myself, but fuck, I can't. Like, I'm not going to be as crazy and flip floppy as somebody like Leon and stuff. So I think that's going to be a good balance.
You know what's a crazy theory I had as well? You notice how they remade Resident Evil 2 and 4, right?
Yeah.
What if they brought back and revived Leon's story to like Leon's origin story to the people? Because you can't play Resident Evil 2 on console, right? You can only do that on PC. And then Resident Evil 4, it's like some people realistically might not want to play it here and there. So they remake his games. They have to include Resident Evil 3, even though it kind of did feel like a DLC to 2 remake, no disrespect. So they do that, and then you can buy Resident Evil 6 and all that other stuff. What if they remade those games for the sole purpose of saying, you're caught up with the story now, right? We're going to end it in RE9 in Raccoon City.
Yeah, oh shit. I think so too, because the way the Capcom's marketing is, they're like, this is going to be like a genre shift. Like, this is going to be like a definitive game. Remember this. So I genuinely think this is gonna show like a shift where it's like the old RE that we've all known is gonna be forever changed. I genuinely think so. Isn't this the last RE game? No. Fuck no.
No, not even close. No. I don't think. Even if like, Leon dies or even anything like major happens in that term, I don't think this is ending at all, because if RE9 sells just as well as 4 Remake, why would Capcom want to stop?
Yeah, that's over with. They're never gonna want to stop, brother. But it's not gonna be the last game. But yeah, guys, that's all the crazy theories I had, all the background of it. Shout out to Center for coming on and adding on more stuff too. Real eye-opening shit too. This shit is crazy. This shit is nice. I like the fact that we had this segment first thing on this stream about it. I think that there is
for sure.
an end for Leon and maybe some other main characters. Bro, I would love for some characters that we haven't seen in a while to come into this game, like
you know who the perfect candidate is?
Who?
It's Sherry.
Bro, I wish. I haven't seen Sherry in a minute.
Because she was in there, right? Where she was held for whatever the government was holding her for Leon. And guess what? She's in the same agency as Leon, which is the DSO, right?
Yeah.
So I think it would be really cool for her to like come back in some sort of way. But I feel like it would be a lot more cooler if Claire was there too, to give them a reunion in the game, and of all places, Raccoon City, where they first met, Something like that. I would love to see Sherry in this game, but I don't think it's happening.
I hope maybe even a mention Sherry. I want to see Claire, maybe fucking Carlos. Like, those are some characters I want to see. Fuck it, bring Billy. Bring make it be a real
Outbreak
reunion.
characters, like something, man.
Something cool.
It feels like we're going like too deep into it though, but it's like, if this is the end, then it's like, fuck it, man, let it all out.
Like, let's if we're returning to Raccoon City, there's got to be some people that like show up. You know what I'm saying? Maybe. But all right, Center. I'm about to switch off to the Silent Hill 1 wish list. Thank you so much for helping me out on this, bro.
Yeah, no problem. So I don't know jack shit about Silent Hill 1, unfortunately, so I'm gonna depart from the stream. But thank you for the chat for partaking into the theories, and thank you for allowing me on the stream. And yeah, I hope to do this again soon. But I'm a dip now, so
all right,
yeah,
bro.
peace out, man.
Peace. All right, guys. Thank you to Center for helping. All right, let me see. I'm playing a new song. Hold on. Mark, I might have to go soon. When you stream next? Probably tomorrow, around the same time. Give me some games. All right, guys. I have made a Silent Hill 1 wish list. If you guys don't know, the Silent Hill 1 remake has been announced. No, there's no gameplay, and the trailer is just the words being said. It's so interesting. Thank you. No problem. Silent Hill 1, guys. Silent Hill 1. All right. If you guys don't know, Silent Hill 1 remake has been announced, and I did the honors of making a preliminary, whatever it's called, wish list of Silent Hill 1, what I want to see, and building off the Silent Hill 2 remake by Bloober Team. Same team that's made Silent Hill 2 remake is making the Silent Hill 1 remake, which is great because Bloober Team knocked it out of the park. Trust me when I say this. If you guys haven't played the Silent Hill 2 remake, I definitely recommend it. But which was Silent Hill 3? Silent Hill 3 builds off of Silent Hill 1, so I understand why they wanted to do Silent Hill 1 first. Are you gonna play Silent Hill F? Yes. Remember to drink water, guys. I'm gonna play, but I almost broke a wall. All right. First things first, rebuild the school and hospital from the ground up. I want the school and hospital to feel more oppressive and suffocating. The modern lighting, dynamic shadows, everything is going to feel crazy, insane, and scary. I want them to feel like you are in danger even if you're in a safe room, okay? I'll be able to sub up. Hell yeah, JJ. All right, if you guys don't know, let me show you guys this room, Silent Hill 2 Remake. If you guys don't know about the Whisper Room, this room, I want the entire Silent Hill 1 remake to feel like this. I want the room to make you feel I want the entire game to make you feel uncomfortable like that. I want Silent Hill 1 to really lean into that horror, suffocating feeling. You know what I'm saying? And I think the hospital and the school are going to be the greatest moments for that, because people associate hospital and schools with like the scariest times of your life, and I think that's going to be a perfect balance. All right, make the horror more personal to Harry. Of course, yeah. I definitely love how they made James more emotionally unstable in the remake, and they made him more human. Like, one thing that the OG Silent Hill 2 had you think was James was a hero, even at the end. But Silent Hill 2 Remake showed James to being kind of standoffish, kind of an asshole, kind of weird. James in the Silent Hill 2 Remake was more weird, he was quick to anger, he was quick to kind of just push people away and he would make quick snarky comments, and I love things about that because it showed them that James is kind of not what he seems. And I think they're gonna do a really good thing with Harry, give him a lot more of an emotional depth. I'm not saying make Harry a complete fucking asshole, but I think Bloober Team did a really good job of showing that these characters are a lot more than they seem. Thank you so much for following. Welcome to Loser Gang, baby. A lot more than they seem. But yeah, his fear of losing Cheryl, maybe even his past mistakes. What if some monsters weren't just from Alyssa's trauma, but Harry's as well? New monsters. Muskie, yo, what's up? Flesh out Dahlia and the cult. All right, I do love the original cult from the game. If you guys, let me just put on some gameplay. Love the video stick, man. Thank you so much. I'll play some of these. Can I just get a cutscene, please? I do love the mystery that was presented in Silent Hill, so much about the cult and Dahlia and who they were as people and what were their motivation, but I do wish that it was kind of fleshed out a little bit more. And I understand with, you know, older games that it's kind of hard to really build upon a story because of storage limitations and graphical limitations and stuff like that. But I do think having the cult play more of a role and introducing them a lot more early on is going to make the game a lot more interesting and gives you a bit more motivation of what they want. Even though in the OG they did set up their motivation like, hey, we want to fucking bring hell on earth, so hey. But also I want there to be more of an interaction between Dahlia and Harry. More of a like unstable, I guess, what is it, pair that they could have together. Do you think it will be more outside or inside? That's a good question. That's a really good question. I think due to the nature, I do think they should flip it on its head compared to Silent Hill 2. I do think it should be more of an outside game, just because Silent Hill 2 took place a lot more in corridors, but I do love that fucking like suffocating feeling of being inside a place you feel uncomfortable in. I hope they bring a good balance to that, but those pterodactyl enemies would be really fun on the outside. I don't know how they're gonna do it, but that's a good question though. Keep the fog but make it smarter. The fog made Silent Hill like legendary, but originally it was just like a workaround for hardware limitations, but now the fog has been a staple in the entire series. Make the fog its own enemy. Like maybe it shifts around the map, maybe it's denser where a lot more enemies are, or maybe it turns dark, maybe it blinds. Like I love having the fog be its own thing, and I would love to see it in the remake. Like make the fog a lot more dangerous. Make it so that when you're going out, hey, what's up, Pit? Did you see the new RE game? Yeah, I just did an hour-long breakdown of it, bro. I love this song. Yeah, it's a good song. I would love for the fog to be a lot more like dangerous in the remake, in the Silent Hill 1 remake. I want it to be its own like entity. I want it to be something like holy shit, this is I shouldn't be like make Harry feel very uncomfortable wandering in the fog. Redesign the monsters with purpose. Like this is just, you know, some spark notes. I think the monster designs in the game are a lot like cooler, but I do think with slight redesigns and make them more modern, they would be a lot more fucking scarier. I want you guys. All right, well, let me show you guys Silent 1. I don't know how to spell pterodactyl enemies. Hi Beans, hello. Say hi Beans. Say hi. Say hi Beans. Beans is climbing on me. But Beans, put your ass away. All right, now he's just chilling. Beans. You ignoring me. Beans. You a-hole. Anyways. I do think that if they model the pterodactyls, you know what's a really scary real life animal? What the fuck is the name of that shit? You know how scary these guys are? These guys. Why is this picture so small? That's scary. That's a scary animal to look at. The shoehorn bills? Bro. And they got, like, if they could model the pterodactyls after that. Hold on. Let me show you guys. Bro. Look how they stand. Look how they fucking stand, bro. That's a person in a bird costume, bro. That ain't no fucking bird. Look how they stand. They stand like that. You know how scary that would fucking be? Have you played Separate RE4? Yeah. Having them like that? Bro. Are those real? Yeah, they're real birds. In pure fog, just staring at you in the fog like that. And they stand, the way they stand, imagine it just staring you down before it starts like flying towards you. And first of all, they make crazy noise. If you guys have never heard how they sound. This is how they sound. Bro. Yeah, creepy laughing and yeah. Make the pterodactyls modeled after these motherfuckers. That's the way I'm seeing. Obviously it's not going to be no loading screens or door animations. You can walk straight into everything, no pausing. I do like the fact that James can pull out his map in between, like yeah, there's all the shit too. But I do like the fact that James can just pull his map out and the game's still going on around you, so you can always get a hit, kind of like Dead Space. Bro, imagine hearing that in the fog though, like the scream laugh thing, and then the slams, like the beat claps in the fog, and you don't know where it's coming from. They do that. They do that clapping shit when they see you. I do think having additional like little side stories would be fun. Not like side quests because, you know, Silent Hill, but I do think having like additional beaten paths that you can take to discover hidden things or get more supplies would be pretty fun. I just love the series are back. I wanted a remaster over a remake, but I'm so glad it's back. Facts. It's like RE2, yeah. Make the endings feel earned. The original had multiple endings, but most players got them by accident. In a remake, let's make our choices matter. How we treat Sybil, how we explore the town, how we respond to Cheryl. All of it should feed into an ending we get, and while you're at it, throw in a new one or two to surprise veteran fans. I do think they should throw in a new ending to like surprise people. Like really give people something, like something just new and spontaneous. Like, holy shit, I've never I've never seen this ending before. To make it interesting, Silent Hill always has some of the best like different game endings depending on how you look at it. And I do think giving new fans and old fans a new original ending depending on your choices would make repeat playthroughs so much more fun. Bring back Akira. No remake is complete without Akira. That is 100%. Yeah. Don't recycle old tracks. Let them experiment. Yeah. I really do think the way they redid the music in Silent Hill 2, they're going to do the same thing. There's also a feature in games like Silent Hill 3 and Silent Hill 4, as far as I know, difficult to explain, no. Yes. Bring back Akira. Silent Hill has some of the best video game music of all time. I pair it up to Bully by Rockstar Games and Resident Evil 4. Silent Hill is probably the top 2 or top 1 game when it comes to horror game music. Like, just fantastic fucking music. So, when is it coming out? I think next year. Greatest fucking musician. I do think they should do that. The soundtrack should feel like you're on edge all of the time. I want this Silent Hill 1 remake to really, really, really be fucking scary. I want you to feel not safe anywhere. And I think music is Days Gone has the best soundtrack. I gotta listen to Days Gone. But I want you to feel like, fuck, I'm in danger wherever you are, even if you're just chilling. Thank you, Pitt. Thank you. But respect the original. Don't be afraid to surprise us. I do think so many like remakes or remasters of games are always afraid of jumping the shark when it comes to making things different. But I feel like Silent Hill 2 remake did the changes so tastefully that I trust Bloober Team to remake the game without disappointing the core audience and not making things weird or making choices that don't make any sense for the characters. I do think if they keep it in the lens of, all right, respect the original, but let's do something different and let's do something like new and unique, people will love that a lot more. I think what made the Silent Hill 2 remake so good is it wasn't a retelling of one-to-one of the game, but also they did it lore-wise. I think there's a theory going around that the Silent Hill 2 remake and the Silent Hill 2 original are very different in the sense of that James is stuck in a time loop. I think the idea or the fan canon or the fan theory that James is stuck in a time loop is really fun because it shows you why certain things are like different and certain things are the same, but also some of the locations are also seem to have James in them before, but he's not in them anymore, if that makes any sense. Oh, let me show you guys the Silent Hill 2 remake time loop theory. So you guys know what I mean. All right. I'm a fucking if I can just screenshot this shit. So you guys can see it in the center. All right. This is the theory right here. The time loop theory and Silent Hill 2 Remake suggests that James Sunderland is trapped in a cynical nightmare, reliving his experiences in Silent Hill due to his unresolved guilt. The theory is fueled by new Easter eggs in the remake, including Morse code messages on TVs and hidden photo messages that hint at a recurring cycle. While not explicitly confirmed, the theory offers an intriguing interpretation of the remake's narratives, suggesting James may be perpetually trying to confront his past and find redemption. Here's a breakdown of the evidence and interpretations. There's a Morse code Easter egg. A new Easter egg in the remake involves Morse code messages played on TVs in the Brookhaven Hotel, which translate to again and again and again. This directly suggests a cyclical, repetitive nature to James's experiences. Photo message on what? Beans, hold on. Beans is trying to jump into the Silent Hill 2 lore now too. Read with me, Beans. Read. All right, photo message of Easter egg. Another Easter egg involves a series of Polaroid photos that, when pieced together, spell out, "You've been here for 2 decades." This could be interpreted as James being trapped in Silent Hill since the original game's release, or even a message to players who have been with the series for a long time. Recurring scenarios. Some fans interpret a repetition of certain scenes, like James encountering his own corpse or encountering variations of other characters, as further evidence of the time loop theory. No definitive ending. The fact that the remake, like the original, offers multiple endings with none explicitly declared canon can also be seen as supporting the idea that James is stuck in a loop trying to find the right ending. There is no right ending. Beans is 2 years old. Doppelganger theory. Another interpretation suggests that the characters in the town are manifestations and echoes of the original characters, and that James is trapped in a cycle of these manifestations, not a literal loop. Some fans argue that the time loop isn't literal repeating time loop, but rather a manifestation of James' psychological torment, where the town continues to replay his trauma in various forms. Hey, Beans. Hello. Mwah. That's also the time loop theory, that James may be trapped in a time loop. And this is just, it's like the multiverse. You ever heard of the multiverse thing where there's a different universe of you where it's basically your life, but each choice you made is slightly different than the choice you're making in this one. I think that's what the Silent Hill time loop theory could be. Because even some of the characters in the game react to him so differently, like they're tired. But yeah, that is my wish list for Silent Hill 1 Remake. What I want to see, what would be cool in it. Obviously bring back some of the gameplay systems that the Silent Hill 2 Remake, make the combat a little bit more refined. I feel like the Silent Hill 2 Remake's combat was a little bit repetitive, got a little repetitive towards the end. But I think with the Silent Hill 1 Remake, they can really expand upon it and make enemy variety a lot more fun. But yeah, you missed the start. You missed the RE9 breakdown. That was great. That was a fun breakdown. But yeah, you're learning. Pitt knows all the lore about Silent Hill 1. But hold on, guys. Now, since we've broken down Silent Hill 1 and RE9, I'm going to put lunch in the microwave, and until then, maybe Silent Hill has a very good silent combat system. I hear that too, so I hope that's also going to be cool. So while I'm gone, I'm going to put down a lore breakdown for you guys to watch. Which one is the newest one that can actually help people out? 8 months ago.
I never knew much about Silent Hill until playing through the remake over this past week, and I can confidently say
this is by Netty the Noodle. Shout out to him. I'm gonna put it on. I'm gonna put some stuff in the microwave, and then I'm gonna go pee. So
that the reviews don't even scratch the surface of why it creates such an incredible atmosphere. Silent Hill 2 made me think about horror in an entirely different way, and I feel both terrified and in complete awe at the fact that my generation, the bunch of brain-rotted gremlins that we are, have had it pushed into our hands as consumers. This video is made for two kinds of people. First, the naive ones who, like me, don't know much about the Silent Hill franchise, and second, the hardened veterans who hold this franchise to be something so important to them as both a nostalgic and simply beautiful work of art. Silent Hill 2 gained a reputation of being especially sad compared to a lot of the stories across the other games, and let me tell you, that could not be any more accurate. This is a depressing story, so if you're ready for a roller coaster of emotions, then I invite you to come along with me and immerse yourself into a town. But not just any town, a town that draws in the most vulnerable, a town that doesn't let you forget, a town that becomes your nightmare. Welcome to Silent Hill. It is critical we talk a little bit about the backstory of Silent Hill as a town and, well, why it's so creepy, since the background knowledge will help you understand how you fit into all this in the actual remake. So let's get into it. Long ago, before major colonization from Europe, we zoom into what would later become Maine in America. Toluca Lake specifically used to be inhabited by Native Americans. These natives called the land the place of the silent spirits, and it not only had spirits of the natives' relatives, but spirits that they believed had inhabited the trees, rocks, and water around them, meaning this area may very well have been a resting ground for any spirits, with the natives just having settled there at that point in time. And speaking of settlers, after European colonizers arrived in the area, an early version of Silent Hill was built, establishing a settlement. The Native Americans were forced out of their lands in the process, and as such, what Silent Hill would become is a bleak reminder of what happened to many Native American peoples in the earlier days of North America. During this time, before the town was coined Silent Hill, a woman named Jennifer Carroll would come to be an important piece to the puzzle. She was basically a saint to an institution, or really a cult, which was known as the Order. Carol was executed due to political opposition, likely meaning the witch trials, since this was in the 17th century. It being something to do with the witch trials, or at least religious reasons, is further evident by her memorial found in Rosewater Park, containing a plaque which says, "Victim of persecution by the Christians. Jennifer Carroll lived with pride and honor. What happened here shall never be forgotten." But why is this important? Well, after her death, at the start of the 1700s or 18th century, a plague ravaged the town, killing off most of the residents, and the ones that didn't die left due to the outbreak. Because of this, the town actually lost its original name. In the 19th century, a penal colony, a colony of prisoners, was formed near Toluca Lake, mostly from people who believed in manifest destiny, and they were the ones who at last named the town Silent Hill. During this time, they established a prison and a hospital. But oh boy, Silent Hill is an unlucky place to be, because a second epidemic started to surge through the town. They survived this though, and businesses like the Gillespie Coal and Iron Company established the Devil's Pit mine in 1816, and in the 1850s, the Wilts coal mine opened, which caused the town to be booming in its economy. There's other events that happen, but they're not important to any of the locations you go to in Silent Hill 2, so let's stay laser focused here. In 1862, the town formed the Toluca Prison to house prisoners of the opposition during the Civil War. Though with the conclusion of the battle, it turned into a correctional facility. All seemed well and good, aside from, what just happened with the Civil War, until people started to go missing again in the quaint little town of Silent Hill in 1890. In the early 1900s, or 20th century, the Toluca Prison closed down for unknown reasons, and the Silent Hill Historical Society took its place, which is kind of like a museum. With a non-functional prison and the mines running dry and consequently closing, the town changed to more of a tourist site to gain revenue. Not long after, in 1911, a local legend started to spread that miners discovered mysterious symbols within the mines, with speculation forming that it was witchcraft or from the occult. After this, the Gillespie Coal and Iron Company suspended any more mining in the cave due to reports of mysterious creatures being seen in it. These were likely the early forms of the entities we see in the Silent Hill games. Jumping to the latter half of the 20th century, a girl named Alessa Gillespie was born, and she had a strong connection to the paranormal. We're not going to cover her entire story because for Silent Hill 2, it's kind of irrelevant due to the game being mostly an isolated storyline. But we can cover her later if Konami ever does decide to do a Silent Hill 1 remake. Getting back to it, it was around this time that Silent Hill started to gain its trademark curse of attracting sinful people towards it. Sinful people like a certain main character that you play as in this here remake. So without further ado, let's talk about James. It's around the 1980s. This is James Sunderland, a regular everyday Joe office worker, depression included. Oh, and he's the protagonist of Silent Hill 2. The game begins with James as he's washing his hands in an old rundown rest stop. Leaving the small building, his car can be seen parked right on the outskirts of the eerie town itself, overlooking the Toluca Lake. James is searching for his wife, Mary, who at this point in time, he believes to have been dead for 3 years from an illness. I say he believes because not all is as it seems. James is in a delusional state of mind, which over the course of the game and his journey into Silent Hill, he'll come to interpret in one of a couple different ways depending ultimately on how you finish the game and which ending you get. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. James needs to find Mary, and while he believes she's been dead for 3 years, Silent Hill is calling to him and his desperation to reunite with her, believing this town could do just that, either in life or in death. From the get-go, you don't know much about James other than through the subtext of the letter that Mary's voice can be heard reading in the beginning of the game, explaining how her and James felt sentimental about Silent Hill being a place they had visited during their best days, before she had gotten so sick. He had promised he'd take her back one day, but never did. And strangely, she says in the letter that now she's in Silent Hill, alone, waiting. This is at least James's perception of the letter, and so, with some hesitation, he ultimately begins his hike down into the eerie, quiet woods, following a trail that splits off from the main road. As James walks down that trail, you start to feel the unsettling weight of your decision.
Holy f*** is that? Okay, that was not water.
As you should well know by now, you're not approaching a normal town, and before you know it, the further you walk towards the inevitable, the more fog really starts to surround you.
Fog is coming, the fog is coming.
The fog is coming. Hello, I am Mr. Beast. The fog is coming.
Eventually you reach a strange well with what looks like a red square, or perhaps a letter lying inside it. This acts as your save point, and while its lore significance is not clear, it's almost as if it is symbolic of the letter being the thing that allows James to push on, to remind him of what he's really here for. Reaching a cemetery, a lovely place to be in a horror setting, the irony is that this is actually one of the most peaceful places you'll ever be in this game. It's here that you meet one of the few fellow reoccurring travelers to the town, Angela.
Excuse me.
She's a little anxious after you gave her a Freddy Fazbear jump scare, but ultimately she has a short conversation with James and explains that it's probably best to avoid the town altogether due to something being not quite right. And when James says he's looking for someone, Angela says that she is too. She's looking for her mom. With the connection established of having similar goals, the two ultimately split off on their own paths, both feeling like they need to go it alone. To the nene.
That's like the most feminine dodge ever.
You head through and out of the cemetery, reaching a long dirt road leading directly to the town. Oh, dude, it's the rocks from Ark. From Ark Survival Evolved.
Wait.
Also, fun fact, there's a chainsaw you can find this early in the game along the path when you're in New Game Plus mode.
Wait, I found a fucking chainsaw.
Reaching a locked door, you're forced to look around for a way to open it, and while scavenging, you find a key to do just that. The further you move forward, the further you approach the point of no return. Though, if we're being honest, that ship sailed the moment you entered the forest. You eventually find a map of the east side of Southvale, helping discern your bearings a little bit in the never-ending fog. And speaking of which, you're certainly not alone in it.
Oh.
I like his fucking eyebrows. Like, the fuck did I just see?
Wait, you got a nice ass. Wait, hold on. Wait, come back.
Eventually, you're confronted with the creature, and I want you to pay attention to its appearance, because the creatures in Silent Hill are a manifestation of the traumas, the regrets, and the sins of those that it torments.
Shit on me!
Oh, is she dead now?
Fuck you.
Okay, she's dead now.
Hello.
Or what?
I'm letting my food rest. I'm back. I've returned. Okay. Now. All right. It's time we play I Am Not Human. Game that came out. And we're also going to play Therapy Simulator. I want to check that out. Where is it? Here we are. That means hello. All right. I was called Creator Lab. Was crowned a Hidden Truth. Wait, well, wasn't the government owned? So that's where I think the Hidden Truth. Oh, I gotta reread that. Sorry. Watch out, Beans. Talk about there. Do you remember Shattered Memories? It has therapy sessions. Oh yeah, I played Shattered Memories for the Silent Hill Roulette thing. The video that got age restricted, along with Resident Evil Roulette. But, all right, guys, welcome to No, I'm Not Human. Cool new game. It's a demo, but I've been seeing some praises about this game that I'm excited to try out. Hold on. All right, guys. So we're playing No, I'm Not Human. So let's check it out. Hello? Hey, neighbor. So glad to be back in Radiator Springs. Should I play it on the other side? Since the character's gonna be here? I don't fucking know, who knows? How's life? Same as it ever was. Hey, I came for a reason. I'm a little worried about you. Why? Bro, I told you I'm not doing crypto no more, man. I'm fine, don't worry. Something's bad coming. My cousin called me. The dude's over there saying there's something weird going on with the sun. There's people coming up from underground. They're calling them visitors. Creepy, I hope it's not true. Are you a visitor? Is that the twist? What's happening with the sun? Either it's gonna explode or there's gonna be an explosion on it. What? All I know is something wrong with it. Oh, then we're all fucking dead. Question starts to get more personal and use the answer to manipulate and change the course of the game, which I love. I'll play it. I'll play more of it. All I know is something's wrong with it. You notice the summer's been the hottest yet? Well, that could be fucking the ozone layer, man. We're cooked. I think we need to prepare for the worst. You can't stop the sun exploding, King. My cousin said that staying home alone is dangerous. So I came over so you don't get killed. How's your wife and daughter? Don't worry, a good friend just arrived the other day. He'll look after my family. Are you a visitor? All right, let's continue the conversation in the morning then. I'll wait for you in the kitchen. See you in the morning. I think no one else is coming tonight. All right. Okay, so this is my bedroom. I sleep. Honk shmoo. Breaking news. At 6:28 a.m., there was a powerful emission of energy from the sun. This burst was larger than scientists had predicted. The temperature outside has reached critical levels. The government has declared a state of emergency. We're asking all people to refrain from going outside during the day. Okay. I guess I'm not going outside then. All right, where's the guy at? He said kitchen, right? Look at this smug asshole. Yo, well then, everything I said makes sense. Don't go outside during the day and you have to let people in. Why would I let strangers into my house? I know you keep your distance from people, but you have to. My cousin doesn't know for sure why we can't be alone. But she mentioned that when anyone asks if you're alone, say no and tell you there's someone in the house with you. What's the use of extra people? They might bring something or tell you some interesting things. I'm left-handed. And don't forget to test them for signs that they're a visitor. You won't have much energy during the day with this heat. You have to choose who you want to test carefully. These tests are very strenuous. You have to take a real good look. What, I gotta make him do like 20 push-ups with them? Was it what? But you don't have to worry about the conversation part. That won't take energy, so talk as much as you like. And be sure to look out the windows. The TVs are good resources, but it doesn't tell you what's going on around you. Then what? I'm afraid that all we can do is try to survive and hope that this nightmare ends soon. I think the government will help us somehow. Maybe they'll lead everyone to shelter or something. If they do, stay with my family. Why aren't you coming? By the way, I brought you a case of beer. My brother-in-law works at a brewery. Drink it and go to sleep. I'm not drinking alcohol you gave me. I don't know you. It makes you really sleepy. Nigga, are you drugging me? What are you talking about? So if you don't want to talk to anyone else, drink a beer and relax. This nigga gets drunk off one beer? You crazy. Drink it and go to sleep. Nah, I don't know about all that, man. I don't trust that. I don't trust that, man. I don't. Who's this? That me? All right, I assume I gotta drink it. Thanks. Nigga got tired off one beer. How old are you, 57? Huh? Fuck is this? Hey, little girl. Hello. Hello. Hi. My dad there. Can you get him for me? I was okay early today, but now I'm scared. There are lots of people walking at night. Tell me something about your dad. I know a lot about him. Before he gets, he likes to drink a little beer. Hee. All right. You know your dad. He leaves me juice and dinner and juice. I tried the beer he drinks today. Blah, it's gross. That's kind of funny. Why does he drink that when juice exists? Your dad's an alcoholic. Oh, please don't tell him. I'm not gonna tell him, don't worry. Did you get here safely? You know, it's like everything's been turned upside down. Now people sit at home and sleep during the day. At night, they walk around and do things. I'm still scared of the dark, but it seems like there's nothing to be afraid of. Nope, none at all. Or is there? All right, I'll get your dad for you. Good luck. Thanks, you too. Let's go already. I'll be scared. We're gonna play some kind of game he made up for me. You have to roll dice. And then you move using stuff like the armchair, the couch. You have to build a road. I'll show you later. Bye. Oh, hey. Hi, guys. I guess. Huh? Can I come in? Nigga, how about you go to fucking Los Angeles and go play for the Lakers? Taking shelter at the bar, but they just kicked me out. Why? Not everyone can handle my temperament. But I won't hurt anyone. Don't worry. Just, you won't hurt me. I never implied you was gonna hurt somebody. But can I come in? You're sure you won't make any trouble? What do you consider trouble? Murder and fighting are part of my constitution, but I won't let anyone hurt me. I like to drink and eat. I like talking when I'm in a good mood. Is that trouble? Why do you think it'll be different here? What am I supposed to do now? Just burn up under the sun? I mean, nigga, you practically were doing that already. You're like 7 feet tall. You were closer to the sun than all of us. No, I don't think I will. As long as I'm alive, I'll keep looking for someone to talk to. You don't let me in, I'll get lucky somewhere else. If there's any luck left in this world, and anyone who's not an asshole. Well, if you're gonna find somebody else, go do that. I understand. I understand, but I'm angry. You're just as cowardly as everyone else around here. Sleep well, good man, and fuck you. Alright. So I'm going to bed. Oh, I guess I'm not going to bed. Hello. I don't want to let anyone. All you guys look kind of weird. Sorry, it's late. It's so hot today. The TV said it was better not to go out in the sun. Could you find some space for me? Who are you? How'd you end up here? Not that I wanted to come here. The asphalt's already melting under our feet, but it's not too bad yet. You're gonna laugh. Hey, visitors came to my house. Hey, imagine they chased me out my own home. Now I want to find somewhere to hide from the sun. What will you do now? Hey, thanks so much for following. Destiny. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I said Destiny. It's basically Destiny. What do you think will happen? I don't know. Who will survive? Who will help me? How long will I have to look for help? I have no idea what's going to happen. I can't even guess. Does this scare you? It terrifies me. No, you should go. Aha, woo, okay, sure. Thanks for listening anyway. Okay, clearly I should go then. Bye? Yeah, I'm bye. Bye. Look weird. I let nobody in my crib. Am I an asshole? Am I the asshole for not letting demons into my house? Good afternoon, here's the news. The sun's activity is not decreasing. The crime level has increased slightly. According to the latest data, number of murders over the last few nights have surpassed average figures. Experts suspect that this is related to visitors and the growing anxiety we're seeing in society. And now, over to just a moment. An urgent message has just come into our studio regarding the contact with the visitors. Eyewitnesses describe them as creatures that imitate the external appearance and behavior of humans. Please avoid contact with visitors. In one case, it was possible to identify a telltale sign of these creatures. Perfect white teeth. Motherfucker look like fucking Stan Smith and Joe Swanson. One witness is able to back this up. Recounts an unhoused person with perfect white teeth who turned out to be a visitor. That's all for now. Stay calm. Don't leave the house during the day. Now for the weather forecast. Cool. Yeah, I let nobody in this crib, so I'm vibing like. This guy should become a streamer. Breakfast of champions, beers and pets pick me up. Hell yeah. Going right to bed. All you do is drink all day and sleep. This is like quarantine simulator. Hey. Hey. Among Us. What you got going on? Fucking crazy. How are things with you? What do you want? Nothing, just curious. You got perfect teeth, man, but I got a way for you to make some easy money. Such about some son, you can make money without hardly lifting a finger. All these chumps are scared of something when they need to just get cracking. What do you suggest? You want to survive? You got to make some plans while you have the opportunity. Fuck the sun. Like, actually fuck the... Make some moves, you feel me? Let's go. What you think? No, you're an idiot, obviously, but fine, go fuck yourself. I'll go to your neighbors then. Peace. All right. Dumb motherfucker, fuck you. Fuck you then, bitch. Oh. Bodies of teenagers lying on the ground. Someone killed them. Appears to be recent, blood still hasn't dried. Oh shit. Fuck. A male, pale as death himself, standing on the footpath. There are strange folds in the skin. It's like his skin is in the wrong size of his body. You can't see his eyes from here, but you can feel his gaze boring into you. You feel free and pray to God that that terrifying visitor passes by your house. Holy shit. Well, that's what killed the fucking teenagers. Whoa, motherfucker. Hey. Can you let me in, buddy? What happened to you? I got caught in the afternoon sun while putting out forest fires. I'm the only one left of my squad. The rest the boss one just let them leave. Now they're on shift eternally. Why aren't you in a hospital? There are no more hospitals, man. When the visitors came, there was no more point in hospitals. Hard to get treatment if you can't trust who's treating you. No one's gonna help me. I'd be better off putting out fires and dying with my friends. I don't have much time left anyway. I don't know, man. You look like you have perfect white skin, man. I don't know. Fuck you. You should leave. I have a cough piece of paper with me. It's sort of important. I'm willing to give it to you if you let me in. Just let me live my final days in peace. Nah, keep it. Shit, man. I don't want to die on the damp ground. I hope the fires don't spread to the cities. Damn, guys. I don't know who to let in. I'm sorry. I don't trust anybody. I sense the energy here is stagnant. What? Something very bad. The sun to Leo, the fifth house, I understand. You're a pretty assertive person, aren't you? I don't need anything. I'm not suggesting anything. I can help you understand the cause and effect of the relationship. Get it? Armor 6'9", like fish circling one another. Tit for tat. Scratch my back and I'll scratch yours, understand? Okay. There were prison guards in your family and reincarnations. Give them space. You're just repeating the experiences of your past lives. You need to forgive them and accept this within yourself. Then you can break the chains of the endless cycle. What the fuck are you talking about? Get it? You should leave. So you're not interested in working on yourself? Become a better version of yourself? A tragedy. Look at her teeth. I'll do affirmations for you to have diarrhea. Thanks. I don't know who to let in, guys. Good afternoon. Here's the news. Anomalous heat is continuing to rise and invasion of visitors has not stopped. The government has organized special service to address the emergency situation, abbreviated as FEMA. FEMA employees can be identified by their yellow hazmat suits and gas masks. Although they began their work recently, the agency has already discovered a new sign of visitors. Dirt under the fingernails. According to did you check living room? There's nobody in my house. According to the specialist, the sign helps identify visitors who have crawled out from under the ground. That's all. That's for all. Stay calm. Next up, report of a pale maniac, but at first an ad break. I have nobody in my house. All I do is just drink and sleep. I'm playing this game so wrong. Who the fuck knocking on my door like that? Hi. Hey. I'm not letting you in. Is your door nice and sturdy? You never know. You understand? I have a gun, bitch ass nigga, so unless you wanna fucking die, I recommend getting the fuck out of here, you shirtless, weird, pot-bellied, fucking bowling ball head looking ass, ironic shoe dog looking ass nigga. Get the fuck out of here, bro. The spirit gives courage to the coward, right? Get the fuck out of here, nigga. How about I give you a fucking chest exercise so you can work in that bony ass chest you got, bitch ass nigga. But hey, you're home alone? No. Ha ha ha. I know you're alone. I just want to see if you'd lie or not. I'll get the door. No one knows what happens to when the last visitor arrived. The house was left without occupants for quite some time. After your terrifying disappearance, everyone's avoiding the abandoned house. I died? What? That nigga slayed me like that? He slayed me like that? Damn. Not gonna lie, I think was roasting the fuck out of him. I think was roasting the fuck out of him. Okay. I'll admit that. Alright. I mean, hello. Alright. Fine. Alright. Fine, I'll start letting people in. I hope that tall guy isn't a visitor. Hey, man. All right. Beer. Fine. All right, yeah. I'll let the tall guy in. I'm not letting you in though, shorty. You look crooked. All right, perfect white teeth, whatever. Oh, where's that guy at? Oh, there you are. Hey. Why did they throw you at the door? Because the series of catastrophes made everyone go insane. The sun exploding, the visitors, the economic crisis, on and on. It fucked them all up. Some in the form of stress, some with alcohol. Well, I lost my marbles from anger. I climbed up on the table of the bar, showed us, stop fucking blaming everything around you. Let's keep our humanity. Kids won't be bothering the beer foam. And hops taste better with salt. Who needs it anyway? All right, I want to test you. Teeth. Pretty yellow, right? So piss off for your test. I'm not a visitor. You might be a visitor. He might be a visitor. All right, anyways. All right. Oof. Yeah. What the fuck? What the fuck is that on your back? Can I come in for a rest? Where did you come from? Doesn't really matter, honestly. I'm very tired. If I don't get some rest, I'll pass out under the windows. Your companion's sick? He's my husband. He's dead. Can't give him a proper burial. No point in letting him go now. Shit. She wanted him, or I don't know if she's a human. You guys, what do you guys think? Let's vote on it. Huh? No, don't let her in. All right. Before I not let her in, my thing in the microwave is done. Give me 1 second. I'm not gonna lie, I low-key feel bad for her, but also I can't trust that. I what? Carry your dead husband on your back, that's kind of spooky. Hey, can you let me in, buddy? Brother, you look like a scrotum. What happened? You know what, I feel bad. I'm gonna let you in. I don't think I'll be in here too long. At least I won't be dying of damp ground. They gave us this paper to work for. They wanted us to go to the FEMA quarantine zone, but who will go there if everyone who does just dies? Here, I don't need it anyway. Either throw it away or use it for something else. What? What did you give me? Oh. Hey! See what's going on? Fucking crazy. How things are for you? What do you want? Nothing, just curious. But I got a way for you. Look at them perfect white teeth. Oh, these chumps so scared. What do you suggest? Nah, get out. Get your ass, nigga. Got some meatloaf today, guys. All right. Hey, man. 2 clean fingernails though. Ironic, isn't it? Take out your gun. Holy shit. All right, let me test you again. Yellow. Okay. Okay. Cool. That guy has you tall motherfucker. You perfect white teeth. Well, am I a visitor? Don't think so. All right, this guy's smart. Tall guy's smart as shit. Fuck this guy. Oh, here this fucking weird motherfucker go. Yeah, bitch. I'm not letting you in. What do you want? Spacious house. I like it. I have a gun, by the way. Fantastic. The spirit gives courage to the coward, right? Not really, but hey, you home alone? No. To your nigga locked in. Nigga locked in. He's like, yo, it's your lucky day. Yeah, I locked in, pussy. I can hear someone whispering inside, but who knows what will happen in a few days. He locked the fuck in. He was like, oh, all right. You got me. Is that guy still here? Oh, it's FEMA. The agreement with armed soldiers through the window. Apparently, it's a small squad that was sent here from the city to provide security. You hear fragments of information about a pale man with a bare torso. Track down a creepy visitor? Cool. Yo, stop fucking knocking, bitch. Hold on. Oh, charred, hustled teenage bodies lying on the ground. Looks like they've been there all day. Damn. Can I please look around a little bit? Yeah, like. Hey, what's up? Hey, long time no seen. How's life? Do I know you? Come on, you don't remember me? No. We were. Hang on, your voice is a little different. How long ago did this place change owners? I think you just got the wrong address. No way, I can't have. No. Damn it. I guess I did get it wrong. Come a long way. Could you let me in, please? Come a long way. Could I let you in? I don't know this person, so I'll let her in. I don't know, shorty. You're a little weird for me. I could just check you in the morning. That's what I'm talking about. We'll race at your house, right? All right. No, I could just kill her. So we meet again. I remember things were different last time, but we live. It's strange. I don't know how to explain it. I like to start our conversation with an action. Can you tell my fortune from a book? Which page should I open up to? Open in the middle. What are you? Me? I am you. You are home. Ah, yes. Tragic story. Is this what awaits us? It's quite possible. The dead shall rise and speak. What does it mean? I need to do some thinking. Do you have any thoughts on the matter? Anyway, I came here to tell you something. Certain things will occur not long from now. You need to be ready. I know it sounds strange, but you need to let in the person with a cat. I know for certain they will help you. I can't say how yet, but of course you can choose to do with this information what you like. For now, I think about the meaning of your divination choice. What? I sense the energy is stagnant. Something very bad. Sun, the Leo, the 5th house, I understand. You're a pretty assertive person, aren't you? Huh? I can see. Oh, I can see you. Like to act, not talk. Typical Leo, am I right? And you've accumulated a large amount of unpleasant dark energy here. I don't know why yet. Everything's so neglected. I suppose I should start with affirmations. Why the hell are you putting this on me? I understand that this is stressful for you since you're a Capricorn rising. I'm not. You're juggling several constellations within yourself at once. You're a complex person. We can use affirmations to reach depths of your cosmos, don't you understand? And everything will fall into place. Sure. Very good. You're in an excellent position here, to be honest. There's an energetic current flowing through your house. Whatever. Once this game let people in. So it smells like someone died here last night. What? No! Good afternoon. Here's the news. FEMA has taken new measures to address the situation with visitors. They have organized quarantine zones for people who are potentially dangerous. FEMA also identified a new visitor sign. Bloody red eyes. Fuck! I think somebody died in my crib. Hold on. Who the fuck died? Son of a bitch. Oh wait, no. He was supposed to die. Wasn't he always gonna die? I need to test you. Let me see your fucking hands. Hands! Hang on. The fingers are gone. I was just missing just one yesterday. Where'd the rest go? Or they'll grow back just a little later. What? I need to test you again. I'll be back. Nope. Where's the other person? What? Oh, there you are. I need to test you. How do you know all of this about beans? Oh my god! No beans. I have food on the table. No. Ah, you're funny. It's not me who knows. The star speaks who speak. Shorty, it's okay. I just need to test you, okay? The eyes are a reflection of our inner cosmos teeth. You want to see your destiny in them? Hold on. Hold on. I don't know. But be careful. I still haven't pulled out the splinters I got from a dream catcher. I don't know, man. She has perfectly white teeth. Here, I'll leave you alone. And you don't. All right. Good evening. I'm from FEMA. We're rolling around the neighborhood. Are you alone? No, of course not. Our brigade split up into small groups to cover more ground. Conversation shouldn't take much of your time. All right. Our first order of business is collect the data. Then involve a response procedure. Right now, you just need to stay calm. All right. But then I'll take one person. We'll run tests to make sure they're fine and it's safe to live in this area. We'll verify they're human, of course. All right. Safe for the residents. All right. We'll take one person and go. Have a good night. Oh, he took... Cool. Who the fuck knocking like that?
Hello, resident. I'm in a bad mood, so I apologize in advance. So many jackasses around, I can't help. I hope you're not one of them.
What are you talking about? Well, everyone. The jackasses who are being held back by faithful Alvaros. And when God died for them, there was nothing human left. Fucking animals. Like this shit with the visitors wasn't enough for us. We have those here too. What are you so wound up for? How are you any different from them? I want to believe I'm different. You know, it scares me shitless to think about being turned into a maniac or a victim. Both sides of bullshit. Though, victims are worse. They just sit around waiting to get the shit beat out of them, get their teeth knocked in or whatever else. You understand my anger if you'd seen what I have. Sure, don't worry, I won't bother anyone or beat anyone up. I turn my anger on myself so no one else suffers. I don't give a fuck. Hi, let me in. What happened? My dad, they killed my dad. What? Who did? Visitors came to the house. They were sitting here with us. Dad was talking and then about something and they killed him. Now our house is on fire. What? I'm scared. What? The squatter soldier that was just here yesterday is dead? Did that pale creepy stranger kill them all? What? Oh my God. The pale visitor is impending death. Oh my God. Is that girl? Did I just let in a visitor? I'm going to bed. I don't have time to think about this. What is it and why is it informed? The Federal Emergency is a special group service. They help to address the problems caused by the visitor's invasion. Oh my God, things is getting crazy. Her dad just passed. It's not known why the agency is worked on. We can say with confidence that our fate is in reliable hands. And now for new information, eyewitnesses have reported a new sign of visitors, hairless armpits. Huh. I have no hair in this area. Hairless armpits. Okay. Hey.
Fucking shit.
Let me look at your armpits. Yes, I shave. All right. Whoa, they're real huge. All right. Your hands are fucked up. Hey. Armpits. I'm really tired. Can I be alone? I don't know, man. Something off. There's some things about this guy that's not welding right. Something off about this guy, right? Shoot him? Shoot him? You want me to shoot him? Holy shit, holy shit, holy. What? Hello? Oh, lean on me for a moment. Is it okay that we're here? Are both of you sick? Is your companion sick? She's my sister. She's depressed. Can't walk or bathe on her own. Sometimes getting out of bed is a challenge. But it's okay. It'll be better someday, right, sister? She's not really in the mood to talk right now, but sometimes she finds her strength. What are you gonna do next? I disagree. It should be a little easier. No, please. Please let us in, even for only for a day. We have something. We'll make it up to you. What do they have? What do they have that to help out? Take an Energec. That's all we have with us. Family officials are inspecting the site of recent massacre. Probably expecting the pale visitor to survive the encounter. Oh. Wow. What? Hey, honey. That walk here really took it out on me. Can I come in for a rest? You come straight here? Not straight here, of course. Life will bring whoever it needs in your life. You don't pass by anyone. As I'm here, that means my feet and eyes led me here. As it's meant to be, I assume. Do you need something? Listen to a few stories, share something interesting, and lie down and close your eyes happily and breathe properly. I don't need anything else. It's really boring to live by myself. All right. Hey, old friend. What have you got there? The gloomy chick. One moment there's some clatter next to someone's whispering in the shadows. Gloomy chick? That place kind of frightens me. If you like them better, you're better off with them. I'll stay on the porch and wait for the wind to change to calm down. Don't get mad, but I don't go out in this type of storm. I can't take it, I'll crumble. The gloomy chick? Check on a little girl. I can't. It's nighttime. What is she saying? What gloomy chick? The twin. I'll come in. I mean, if that's the case, I'll try, but if it smells like storms and mirror lies again, I'm leaving. I'm too old to put up with this. All right. What? Oh. Okay. 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 Nobody wants to buy, but you need to survive. You want to live more than the others, or is it not a desire to live, but a fear of the unknown? What is there after death? We don't know, but maybe the visitors know something. Maybe we'll be able to survive this summer, so that this fall we can try to discover the answers to the more terrible question. We just have to wait We just have to wait a little. Survive the summer heat. Don't let the visitors in. It was a demo. Oh, that was nice. That was real nice. You know what else is more nice? All right. It was funny. All right, let's see. What else is on the agenda? Unsubbing. All right, when we were, oh wait, before I get off, one last game I wanted to play. It's called, I don't know what it's called. It's called Therapy. Oh. Therapy Simulator. Yes. Therapy Simulator. It's a demo. Ding. I am a therapist. I'm going to therapize the people. I'm going to therapize. Hey. Hi. I don't think you'd be here this early. What were you just doing? Nothing. I was just waiting for you. I just saw you doing something on the floor. I just lost my lucky coin. I've been looking for it. What kind of lucky coin is it? I've had this coin since I was a little kid. It makes me feel safe. In that case, I'll help you find it. I think I might have left it at home. I should take a look. All right. See you later. Weird. How do I open the calendar app? Oh. Johnny Sims. All right. Wait for the patient. Oh, hey. Come on in, man. Come on in, Johnny Sims. Let me turn this down. Hey. Have a seat across from my patient. I'm a therapist. Ever meet someone who's done everything but still feels like they're faking it? That's an interesting way to start. Can you tell me more about what faking it means? I've been a doctor, a firefighter, a plumber, and even a police officer, but I never feel like I belong. You've been in positions where people relied on you. You just need to believe in yourself. Why do you think none of these jobs felt right for you? Didn't you fix my mom's plumbing last week? I don't think you're supposed to call motherfuckers weird as a therapist. Yes, I can. I'm a therapist. I'm licensed to do that. Why do you think none of these jobs felt right to you? I guess I've never trusted myself to be good enough at any of them. You're not the first person to feel that way. That doesn't mean it's true. I see you are a hard-working man, Johnny. You definitely deserve to be trusted. Thank you for listening, Doc. Coming here always makes me feel better about myself. That'd be $200. All right, get the fuck out of my office, man. Me and the therapist is lit. I literally showed up, did one session, and left. Yeah. Yeah. I'll be a therapist again, guys. Amanda? Oh. Fear of showering. Ah, okay. On ammo. I'm bored. Come on. I need my people coming. Twitter users have that Verifax. I'm therapizing Twitter people today. I have a karma meter. Oh. Come out of here? No. Why is my karma meter rising? Hello? Hangout lobby. Early access. All these doors are locked. Am I supposed to be doing something right now? Oops. Oh, start day. Hey. I'm silly. Hey, sit your ass down, man. All right, now stand your ass up. Get in this fucking office. We're doing circumcisions today, man. I'm circumcising you with my words. All right? What's up, man? I'm a loser who gambled away his $1 million company. Now I'm totally broke. How can you afford this therapy session and bitch ass? You better be paying me. You made mistakes, but that doesn't survive. That's a serious loss. Can you walk me through how it started? It started small, late nights, poker with friends. At first it felt harmless, then it felt necessary. Ooh, I like the thrill. The risk made me feel alive. And before the thrill, what were you missing? I didn't feel in control of anything else. Not my business, not my life, not even myself. And now you're here, taking back control of your life. Yeah, I'm trying to get back on track. It's a long road ahead of me. Change doesn't happen overnight. We have to work hard every single day. What matters is that you showed up. That is your first step. Thank you for your words. I will see you next time. That'll be $200. Anytime next week? Get the fuck out of my office. Don't send me no FanDuel parlays, bitch ass nigga. Fuck out of here. You need to jog a little bit too. I love this job. All right, next patient. Oh. Hey. What am I dealing with? BoJack Horseman? What the fuck? Wait a minute. Oh, you're an actual. Okay. All right. I have a question. Hello. Do you treat people who aren't strictly people? My door's open to anybody. Yes. Thank you, Doc. I'm just tired of being laughed at. Okay. Truth is, I don't know. I don't even know what I am anymore. You think it's other people's expectations of you that lead you to feel like this? I spent so long trying to be what other people wanted. I forgot what I wanted. It's okay to not have all the answers right now. Take your time. Thanks for listening to me, Doc. Okay. All right. Got you, Jay. Yeah, I'm not gonna let that motherfucker back in here. Hey, oh, hey. Hey, what's up? Hey. Jealousy's ruined my relationship with my boyfriend. Oh, you got a boyfriend? No, fuck him. Have you felt this in past relationships? Yes, it ruined all my relationships, just like it's ruining this one. At least you're consistent. Can you describe what you do when you feel jealous? It shames me to say it, but I make fake profiles of hot girls next to my boyfriends. What? That should be illegal. You trying to make me feel guilty? No, I'm trying to make you realize the damage you're doing. I already know that. I want to commit otherwise. I just can't help feeling I'm being cheated on. It sounds like your trust has been shaken before, maybe long before this relationship. Really hard for me to trust. Beans, get off the keyboard. Really hard for me to trust any man ever. You sound like my friends. Because I grew up watching my dad cheat on my mom constantly. Damn, you've unpacked something healthy. You unpacked something heavy. Let's give it some space. Thank you. I feel lied after saying that. That would be $200. Yeah, when you leave your boyfriend though, tell me what's up. I'm always critical. Hey, what's up? I love your videos, man. Fucking South Beach Jesus right here. You keep telling me I need therapy because I haven't showered in long. Oh, you're the one that's not showering. Okay. And whatever. And why don't you shower more often? Because I don't think I need to. I feel clean without it. Other people may not be sharing your thoughts about hygiene. Why are you even here if you feel fine? I was bored. I thought I could get a real cool story out of it. Well, okay, Asmongold. Therapy isn't a side quest and I'm not your NBT. Okay, but fine. But if this were a quest, options are lame. And maybe you're the one who needs to unlock the good ones. You're right. I'm not even delving into my mind yet. I think I'll see you next week. Whenever you're ready, have a good week. Fucking Asmongold right here. Get out of here, man. Man, I'm the best fucking therapist alive. Look at them cars. Beans, I see you inching closer to the fucking mashed potatoes I have. Stop laying on the keyboard. No. My cat is laying on the key. Beans. Stop. Stop. All right. I'm pulling this out. He hates this. I'm pulling it out, Beans. Oh my God. Run. All right. I'm done therapizing. Oh, hey. Fuck are you? Hey, how'd your first 2 days go? It was alright. Who are you? I'm the creator of this world. I need your help to make it better. No, I gotta go now. Bye. Asking me to help him with shit. I'm a therapist, motherfucker. I got shit going on. I got 1,000 things. Feels invisible. Are you actually invisible, Diana? Is that the twist? Oh. Oh. This nigga's a shaboing boing. Hey, come on, man. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. In fact, you have some dirty ass kicks on, man. Sorry, I had to come wearing this. I could barely take it off. Any time from work. Oh, you're burnt out. Showed up, that matters. Thank you for understanding, Doc. Honestly, I feel guilty even being here. Why? I have 6 children to support. Oh my God, nigga. Wrap it the fuck up. I don't even think about my own needs anymore. You should think about wearing a condom, dog. So everyone gets a piece of you. What's left for you? I just keep going. I don't think about it anymore. Oh my God. Your well-being is part of the job. It's not extra. Oh, he just left early. He didn't want to hear it. Yo, hot dog man, what's up? All right, he was over it. Sorry. Hey, not believe the morning I had. I'm listening. You want to talk about it? I had coffee spill on my shirt. I missed my bus and a random homeless guy sneezed on me. Oh, wow. Honestly, I'd be complaining too. Right? I deserve a trophy or medal or something. Do things like this usually mess up your mood? Yeah, it's like one little thing goes wrong, suddenly I hate everything. You shouldn't waste energy on what's outside your power. That's solid advice, thanks. Sorry, something came up, I gotta go. Okay. Oh. You're actually invisible, I fucking knew it. Hey. Hello. Talking Chicago to Sue Storm right now. No matter what I do, I feel invisible to people. That's because you. It's because you literally are. See, I'm an emotional burnout from invisibility. Thank you, Captain Obvious. I wanted to be seen for so long that I forgot who I really am. Try to become what others know instead of who you actually are. I don't feel like there's anything about me real that matters. It's not your voice, it's the old damage talking. Thank you, I'm already starting to feel better opening up. Alright, we'll keep building from here. You're actually fucking invisible. So, figure that out. What's your issue? Hey. I thought I'd be in therapy, but here I am. It's good that you're here. Now let's talk about what's troubling you. I was born into a life of crime. Now I want to turn my life around. What made you think now is the time? I've lost too many people to this life. I don't want to be the next one. Can't say I feel sorry for criminals. I don't want to say that. I see that now, a little too late, but I do. Spent so long hurting people, now I want to get back. I want to make the world a better place. It's admirable. You're on the right path. Thank you for understanding. It really means a lot. You did good today, don't forget that. All right. This is the only normal patient. That's it. All right. All right, guys. I'm done playing Therapy Simulator. Oof, that was fun though. Little side activity. But yeah, guys, that's the end of the stream today. I think tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, I'll be streaming some Hitman World of Assassination. Expect some of these videos to hit the VOD channel. These are VOD channel videos, so if you guys aren't subscribed to VOD channel, I recommend subscribing. Yeah, Hitman World of Assassination. Probably playing that tomorrow. I got the free DLC with Mads Mikkelsen. And probably some more BioShock remastered. That'd be nice. We just played through some BioShock. That would be fun. But yeah, guys, thank you guys for tuning into the stream today. It was a nice doing a breakdown. Love you all. Stay safe out there. Peace. Peace, guys. Peace, guys. Bye.
You